Hello everybody, this is DJ Gerry, and today we're going to talk about a legendary band that combined country music and rock and roll and fused it in a way that they coined Southern rock. And the band's name is Lynyrd Skynyrd. Sweet home Alabama. And a lot of people really don't understand how this band got the name. There is nobody in the band named Lynyrd Skynyrd. Lynyrd Skynyrd was the name of their basketball coach in high school. And band members would get in trouble because Lynyrd Skynyrd was not very tolerant of students with long hair. So, for instance, Gerry was sent to the principal's office. He was supposed to be suspended for having long hair, and his parents came in to defend him. They said, you know, he's helping make money from this band. He can't get a haircut because it's going to destroy his career. And the principal told him, well, he should get a crew cut anyway, you know, because it's just not decent to walk around with long hair. So out of you know, they just couldn't think of a name, so they said, how about Lynyrd Skynyrd? And they changed the spelling of it. You can see over here, Lynyrd Skynyrd. This is their fifth studio album, and it was released on October 17th, 1977. It's called Street Survivor. And this album here, 3 days after its release, there was a terrible plane crash. Lynyrd Skynyrd was coming to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and unfortunately the plane went down, and founding members Ronnie Van Zant and Steve Gaines were killed.
WNJS Radio, the Federal Aviation Administration reports that a plane carrying 25 persons crashed tonight in southwest Mississippi. Among those aboard, the Lynyrd Skynyrd rock group. An FAA spokesman says he received a report of multiple fatalities and some survivors in the crash of the Convair 240. He said the plane was en route from Greenville, South Carolina to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, when it crashed 2 miles northeast of Gillsburg, Mississippi. He said police and a rescue squad are on the scene. That's a plane carrying 25 persons crashed tonight in southwest Mississippi. Among those aboard, the Lynyrd Skynyrd rock group, and an FAA spokesman says he received a report of multiple fatalities and some survivors. We'll try to have more for you at 10 on that report.
It is important to note that Thomas Delmer, otherwise known as Artemis Pyle, who was born July 15, 1948, is an American musician best known for playing drums with the Lynyrd Skynyrd Band from 1974 to 1977. And back again in 1987 when Lynyrd Skynyrd reformed and he left the group in 1991. Artemis Pyle survived the 1977 plane crash that killed Ronnie Van Zant, guitarist Steve Gaines, and his sister Cassie Gaines, who was one of the background vocalists, as well as the assistant road manager Dean Kilpatrick and the two pilots. Artemis Pyle suffered torn chest cartilage, but he and two other wounded survivors managed to stumble several hundred yards through a creek and a freshly plowed field to a farmhouse to get help. The appearance of Pyle and his companions greatly alarmed the farmer Johnny Moat, who fired a warning shot over Artemis Pyle's head. A bullet fragment lodged in Artemis Pyle's shoulder. However, the farmer has denied shooting at Pyle. This misunderstanding was quickly cleared up after Artemis Pyle shouted that there had been a plane crash, and the farmer helped him inside his house. About the same time, local rescuers who had just completed a civil defense drill converged on the scene, and Pyle directed them to the crash site where the dead and injured were located. Now, this album is probably the album that you're more familiar with, but it really isn't the original release. The original album look like this. This album is, you can see, the conspiracy theorists looked at where the fire was coming out, and this is Steve Gaines. You can see he was really badly burned, and you have Ronnie Van Zant here. The ones that are closer connected to the fire are the ones that actually were killed in the plane crash. Steve Van Zandt is wearing a Neil Young shirt, sort of out of a parody because of their famous song Sweet Home Alabama. He poked some fun at Neil for putting down the South.
Well, I heard Mr. Young sing about it. Well, I heard old Neil put it down. Well, I hope Neil Young will remember. Southern man don't need him around anyhow.
And here he is wearing a Neil Young shirt. And family members, just out of respect for them, they decided to change the album cover and just black out the background. And this is how the album looked. Now, 30 years later, they re-released it onto CD, and they released this album cover again. You're probably wondering where DJ Gerry picked this one up, because there's not that many of them around. I got lucky. I walked into a thrift shop, and all albums, no matter what they're worth, usually are 99 cents. And I said, oh my God, I can't believe it. I've been looking for this album for years. And it is actually a gatefold album. It opens up, and you can see some pictures. Now, the next album they put out, you know, that doesn't have, it's not a gatefold. It doesn't really open up. This album went platinum in 10 days. And it peaked at number 5 on the charts, and it had a couple singles. What's Your Name?
What's your name, sweet girl? What's your name? Choose this babe, girl, there ain't no shame.
That one peaked at number 13, and another song called That Smell became a staple of FM rock radio.
Ooh, that smell. Can't you smell that smell? Ooh, that smell. The smell of death around you.
Yeah. And the band continued on without these, you know, these primary members, and they're actually still playing in concert. They're working on their final tour right now in 2018, and they just kept the music going, and they have a legion of fans, and their music is timeless. It will go on for a long, long time. We hope people will remember Lynyrd Skynyrd as being probably the greatest Southern rock band of all. Well, this is DJ Gerry. We're signing off, and we hope you come back and watch some more of our videos. DJ Gerry out.